these are like the gist, okay? Basically what you do is you clean up both sides of the equation. So you distribute, combine like terms, you clean up both sides of the equation. When you're at a point where you cannot combine like terms, you can't distribute, okay, any of that, that's when you start moving stuff around. You're going to move x's over on one side. Put that on my desk, please, Nolan. Put it on my desk. Okay, you're going to move x's on one side, numbers on the other, and then you're going to divide or multiply to solve. The key with this is you can check your answer for every single problem and get it right. Okay, so you can check every single one. I'm not going to check every single one. I'm just going to do maybe like one or two, but like you can check every single one. Okay, so again, we're starting pretty basic here, but like you're going to look at both sides and make sure you can't combine like terms at all. Okay, so like 5x and 1, you can't combine. Now what you're going to do is you're going to move things around. So you need to move all your x's on one side, your numbers on the other side. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 1 because I want these gone. That's a 0. Okay, I'm going to subtract it because it's gone. And then I have 5x equals, and then 26 minus 1, okay, is 25. Then to get x alone, you need to divide both sides by 5 because you want a 1. That big slash is just a 1, so you're left with 1x. Or just x equals and then 5, and that's your answer, okay? So just get in and warmed up, okay? Number 2. Now this is what's going to happen. You're going to add 7 to both sides. That's what people do, and it drives me insane. Is 7 positive or negative? Positive, right? So what you're going to need to do is you're going to subtract it, okay? So this is now gone, 0. Okay, I need a 0. Now, this is what people are going to do. They're just going to write it's 8y. It's just 8y. Okay, it's negative. This is the kind of junk that people mess up because they're not being psycho-careful. So you need to channel your OCD. Okay, channel it into this. Okay, I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but whatever. We're just going to say it anyway. So we got 32. Okay, and then 39 minus 7. So 32, and then grand finale, divide by a negative 8, Make sure you don't forget the negative to equal negative 4, okay? So 32 divided by negative 8 is negative 4, okay? All right, so watch your signs. You can't mess up. That's the key, okay? All right, this guy. Now, number 3, we got a lot going on the left, so you got to clean that up. So this is like distributing. You're going to have to combine like terms before you start adding and subtracting or whatever. Okay. So what you're going to do first is you're going to distribute this 4. Okay. So that's what we've been doing. So we get 24 plus 4a, and then rewrite the rest of the equation. Okay. And notice too, we've got some cleaning up to do. Someone's going to write 29. I'm like, oh, don't do that. Okay. Make sure you combine your correct stuff. So you can put these two together, okay? So you get 4a, okay? And then 24 minus 5, right, is 19, okay? Positive 19. And then now, because we can't combine anything or clean up one side, that's when we're scooching stuff around. So I'm going to move that 19 over. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 19 because I want it gone. I want that to be a 0. That big circle is a 0. I want it gone. And I'm left with 4a equals 2. Now, this is another thing. Do you know what people say a equals? 2. You see that? People are like, oh, a is 2. Because I like dividing 4. I did like dividing 2 better than 4. Well, you don't get a choice. Okay? To get a alone, you have to divide by 4. Right? You don't get to choose. It's got to be 4. Okay? So you divide that out. Big slasher is 1. Okay? So you're left with a. And then 2 over 4. So like that's kind of goofy, right? You can reduce that is 1/2. Okay, for multiple choice and all like the ACT stuff, they rarely have decimals for this. So just so you are aware, it's almost always fractions. I actually like that better because I hate getting out my calculator. So I wouldn't even bother typing in the decimal. Just leave it. Okay. Is everyone good so far with that? And then this guy, oh, I put this one on here because you can't combine anything, yet on either side, but you got to scooch stuff around. Some of you are obsessed with having X on the left side, which I guess whatever, that's fine. I am more of I like the positive X's. So what I do is I'm going to move the 7X to the right side. So I'm going to subtract 7X and have it on that side because then I don't have negative numbers, right? Because this is a 0. It's gone because I don't want it there. I'm going to commit to having my X's on the right side. So I'm left with 3 equals, and then 11X minus 7X is 4X, and then minus 21. Okay. Now I'm going to move the 21 over. So I committed to having my X's on the right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 21 to both sides because I want it gone, 0. Okay. And what I'm left with is 24 equals 4X. And then your grand finale is to get that 4 out of there. You're going to divide both sides by 4. And you get X equals 6. If it really is going to bother you, you can write X equals 6 instead of 6 equals X, but it's fine. Okay. All right. Now, fractions. Woo! Everyone loves solving with fractions, said no one ever. Okay. So, for fractions, okay, if you distribute the 1/3, you're going to be sad because you're going to get fractions everywhere, and it's going to be awful. Okay. You should scale both sides of the equation so you don't have to deal with them. So this is the plan, okay? This is fancy. It's not fancy, really. It's actually a good strategy. Is I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by a cool number that will get rid of my 1/3. Okay? So if I'm going to, because think about it, 1/3, that's the same thing as dividing by 3, right? So how do you undo dividing by 3? Multiply. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. So I'm going to write this a little nicer here. So actually, I'll make the 3 a little smaller so you can see it a little better. So I'm going to write this a little nicer. And I don't like the 3 on the right side. That's just me being a little crazy, but because it looks weird when it's on the right, doesn't it? I think it does. It definitely does. Okay, so this is where the magic is. Like, why are you doing the 3? Well, I got to keep it legal. So whatever I do on this side, I got to do to this side. And look at this. What's 3 times 1/3? Oh, wait. Woo! See? What's 3 times 1/3? 1. Do you want to distribute a 1? It's just the stuff, right? It's just that 2x plus 1 now. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's literally like 1 times, it turns into this, 2x plus 1, which is kind of goofy to write, but that's what it happened, basically. Right? It just turned into a 1, which is the goal. That's the plan. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this 3 and this 1. So the 1 feels kind of dumb because it's like, doesn't do anything. But the 3, you get 15x minus 6. And then on the test, people are putting plus 6. Like, are you kidding me? Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to scooch stuff around. Okay. If you're in my zone here, I move x's to the where the bigger ones are. Okay. So I'm going to scooch the 2x over first. Okay. So I'm going to scooch that over. So that's gone on that side. So I get 1 equals 13x minus 6. So that's kind of a gross number, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 6 to both sides because I want that one gone. So I'm running out of room here. It ends up being what? 7 equals 13x. Okay, so I moved all my variables one side, all my numbers the other side. Now you might have like a meltdown because you're like, those numbers are disgusting. Yeah, it's fine. It is. Yeah, they are. Divide by 13. These divide. And you're like, I wonder what x is. Let's get out the calculator. No, it's waste. Just don't get it out. Just put 7 over 13. That's the answer. That's all you do. Okay? That's the answer. Is that gross? Yeah, but that's what it is. So we can't judge, That's what the answer is. Okay? So that's the plan. Okay? All right, I got another one with fractions. Okay? Okay, you want to deal with fractions? Okay, cycle. Okay? No one likes them. Okay? Now, ideally, I would like to double this side to get the 2 out and triple this side to get the 3 out. But that's illegal. I can't be doubling one side, tripling the other side. It's got to be like the same business. Okay? So what is your secret number? 6, exactly. Because 6 will be able to clear the 2 and the 3. If you don't believe me, ready? You're going to see. Okay, to keep it legal, you got to multiply everything by 6. All the things by 6. Okay, I'm going to write this over because this looks too crazy. So I'm going to go 6 times 5x over 2. I'm going to go 6 times 4x over 3 minus 6 times 7. Okay. So, anyway, this is the plan, okay? Why do we do that? This feels worse, okay? You're going to now take 6 divided by 2. Think about it. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay? 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 6 times 7, we'll figure that out when we get there. So this is what happened. We get 3 times 5x equals 2 times 4x minus, and then 42. I just multiplied them. So the point is, I showed a lot of work here, but like 6 divided by 2 is 4, or is 3. Sorry, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 5x. Okay, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 4x. And then 6 times 7 is 42. Okay. But what happens is now, again, I'm showing you could just go straight to 15x if you want. To see where these come from, but now you have like quote unquote normal numbers. Okay. So now what you're going to do is now it's more like a normal equation, not one with fractions everywhere. And you can, subtract 8x from both sides. Okay. Now, same thing here. Little mistakes you guys make is this you drop the negative. Don't drop the negative. Okay? You know what to do. Just don't drop anything along the way. Okay? And then the grand finale, you divide by 7. So your x equals -6 for your answer. Okay? Oh my gosh, this thing's been nuts today. I feel like by this hour, it's always bad. So how do I know it's going to be a 6? Is because 2 and 3, they're least common multiple. Like, what's the smallest number they both go into? Okay. That's how I know. So again, I multiplied by 6 because I could take a 2 out of there and a 3 out of there. Stop talking, please. Okay. All right. So here's a crazier. stuff here. What number should I multiply to both sides? What number? To clear the fractions. 4. Yep, 4.
Right.
Okay. Multiply both sides by 4. So I'll show you. Why the 4? Because okay, if we do 4 on both sides, again, we got to keep it legal. You can't just multiply one side by 4 and not the other side. Okay, if you multiply both sides by 4, well, this guy totally is gone. Right? You're dividing the whole thing by 4. Now you're multiplying by 4. So you're going to get 3x plus 4 by itself. And then this one turns into multiplying everything by 2. Okay. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So I quadrupled both sides. Okay. And then now I'm going to distribute and balance the equation. Okay. So I'm going to do 3x plus 4 equals, and then now I'm going to distribute the 2. Okay. Now come to balance it. I'm going to move my x's on the right side because there's more of them there. That's the reason. Okay. So I'm just going to subtract 3x from both sides. I'm going to move this over. And I'm left with just a regular x minus 10. And then now I'm going to add 10 to both sides. So you guys, what I'm nervous about is if you're like working ahead or something and you make this dumb error, that's what's dumb. You cannot be doing those mistakes ever. Okay? That's how you do those. Okay? So I'm going to give you the worksheet. You're only going to be doing